Hello dear students, I am your English teacher today and my name is Ritu Juneja. The name of the chapter is The Last Lesson. This is the first chapter of book Flamingo of 12th standard and the name of the writer is Alphonse. So let's start the chapter. Alphonse was a French novelist and short story writer. The Last Lesson is set in the days of Franco-Prussian War, which was held between 1870–71, in which France was defeated by Prussia, led by Bismarck. Prussia then consisted of what now are the nations of Germany, Poland, and parts of Austria. In this story, the French districts of Alsace and Lorraine have passed into Prussian hands. Now we read the story, we further proceed the story to find out what effect this had on life at school. And this story consists of very touching and emotional feelings of French. So now let's begin. The story The Last Lesson begins with a boy named Franz. He is also the narrator of the story. He was on his way to school and he is already late for the school. He was moving and was also dread of scolding by his teacher M. Hamel because he was supposed to prepare a chapter on participles but hadn't even touched the chapter. So one time Franz thought that he should bunk the school, he should miss the school. And on the way he was also tempted to watch the Prussian soldiers drilling. But at last he finally decides to overcome his temptations and hurry to school. On his way to school, as Franz passed the town hall area, he saw a crowd in front of the bulletin board. Franz was worried what the matter could be because Alsace district didn't get any good news from this bulletin board for last few years. It had become only a source of all bad news, the lost battles, the ban, the order of the commanding officer. Franz was also surprised by the remarks of a blacksmith, Mr. Watcher, who says there was plenty of time to reach. Now, when Franz hurriedly reaches the school, he gets surprised by the changed scenario on reaching the school because everyone is well settled. Franz was frightened to enter the class, but to his utmost surprise, Mr. Hamel was unexpectedly kind and told Franz to go to his place quickly and also regret having begun the school without Franz. When Franz settles down and gets a little over his fright, he notices that Mr. Hamel had put on his beautiful green coat, frilled shirt, and an embroidered black silk cap, which he normally wore on inspection and prize days. Now Franz also realizes one more strange thing, that whole school wore a strange and serious look. And the most strange thing he now observes is that class is filled not only with children but elderly people of district are also sitting in the class, like old Hauser, postmaster, the former mayor are also sitting in the class. When Franz was wondering at all these surprising things happening around and could not understand everything about all the strange things, suddenly Mr. Hamel gets up and in the gentle tone announced that it was today their last lesson or their last French class, as the Prussian had banned French in schools of Alsace and Lorraine, and now German will be introduced instead of French. Now it was a shocking news for Franz. A grim realization dawned on Franz. Now the words "the last French lesson" was a thunderclap for Franz. Only now he understood why the people had been staring at the bulletin board. Now Franz realized his love for French returning. He realized that he had so much more yet to learn. Now he also felt sorry for killing his time and skipping his lessons. Franz felt sorry for postponing his studies and for not realizing the greatness of his language. Franz now realizes the greatness of his language. Now he did not want to part from his books of grammar and history, which earlier he considered as nuisance. Franz's books become old friends for him. Friends become sweeter when they depart from us. Franz now realized Mr. Hamel had worn his fine Sunday clothes or ceremonial attire in honor of the last lesson. Now the last lesson begins. Franz was asked to recite the rules for participle. Franz wished he was able to recite the rules flawlessly, but feels guilty on getting everything mixed up. Mr. Hamel does not scold Franz. Mr. Hamel comments upon man's nature of postponing things, thinking there's a plenty of time, and he says, and now you see where we have come out. Mr. Hamel also makes the audience realize the irony of being Frenchmen but not being able to speak or write their own language. Now, Mr. Hamel gives his view for lack of learning. Parents were ignorant, they were not anxious to send their children to school. Children were preferred to be put on farms or mills to earn an extra amount of money. Mr. Hamel also blamed himself for sending children to water his flowers instead of learning their lessons or just giving a holiday when he wanted to go fishing. Mr. Hamel teaches and continues his last lesson. Mr. Hamel calls French the most beautiful language in the world. He asks the audience to always guard it and never forget it. He gives audience their last lesson in grammar. Mr. Hamel teaches everything with patience and wants to put everything into their head at one stroke. After grammar, Mr. Hamel teaches a lesson in writing also. He gives new copies to the students with Franz Alsace written in beautiful handwriting on them, and they look like little flags floating everywhere. Today everyone now gets very emotional. All the children dedicatedly learns everything without any distraction. Franz now gets emotional for his teacher also. Franz recalls M. Hamel's dedicated services. Hamel had served the school for 40 years. Nothing has changed. The garden outside the window and his class in front of him. Only the desks and benches had worn smooth. Many trees were also planted by Mr. Hamel in the garden. The walnut tree grown taller and the hope vine planted by him twined about the windows to the roof. How it must have broken his heart to leave it all, to hear his sister moving about in the room above, packing their trunks, for they must leave the country next day. Mr. Hamel continues to keep his courage. Mr. Hamel hears everyone during the last lesson. He delivers his last lesson in history. Everyone is aroused to emotion when the lesson draws to the close. Tears roll down their eyes. It was now really very touching and very emotional scene. All at once the church clock strikes 12. Trumpets of the Prussian soldiers sound under the window for the announcement of dispersal. They cannot continue the class anymore. Now overwhelmed with emotion, Mr. Hamel writes Viva la France on the blackboard and rouses the spirit of patriotism. Viva la France means long live France. Then he stopped the lesson and leaned his head against the wall, and without saying a word, he made a gesture with his hand and says, School is dismissed, you may go. The last lesson ends here. Now we realize the story is aptly entitled as it evokes a consciousness in the reader that one must learn his lesson in time and never waste his time. One can never apprehend which day of life he may be learning his last lesson. Thank you.